gonna have to go fucking shells at this rate.
Enemy forces have captured the zone.
I really should bring more in these TDs. They're not good at close range, so you shouldn't be getting shot at. Getting your ammo blown up anyways. There's a fucking wall over there. Damn it.
He's been wounded. The enemy has taken the initiative. It serves him right.
Now we're doing some work. Stop it,
The
Gepard.
enemy is preparing for artillery barrage. Repeat, the enemy is preparing for artillery barrage.
T-34 might get me if he's any good. Where are you going? Nope, he's done playing with me, I guess. Fine with me. Ooh.
It serves him right.
Motherfucker, when your ammo gets hit, I expect it to explode.
Got him.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Yes, a hit.
Wrecked.
On target.
Nah, that would have been too easy. minutes. Cleared out so many of them for you. Got bested by a fucking four.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning. Allied forces have captured a zone. It serves him right.
Somebody cover me!
That's what I'm talking about.
Allied forces have captured a zone. If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Fuck. Was hoping to get some pop shots on some of them, but no. I can live with that, I
Allied
think.
forces have captured a zone.
Especially if we manage to win.
Bravo!
Bravo!
Me and this T-34E. Don't check your map and drive, kids.
Attack the enemy!
pretty sure they just lost all their vehicles.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
I really think the T-34E should be 4.3 along with the rest of these tanks. I don't think matches get much better than that.